So let me ask you this. All right. Would you rather not work out or do a 15-minute workout?
Oof. So, like for me, it depends
Hmm.
on like context of like where I am in training. Like
Yeah.
if I'm coming off, if I had a really tough day the day before, I'd rather just not
Yeah.
work out.
Okay.
If 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 I haven't if I haven't had that hard day in a couple of days, 15 minutes is probably good for me just to kind of take the edge off. Just I like I
Yeah.
can attest because I've had to do that where
Hmm.
it's like I don't have time to make it anywhere,
Yeah.
but thankfully we have a Peloton right there. I was like, let me jump on a quick ride
Okay.
and
Yeah.
push it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
get my heart rate up, and it makes a world of difference, man. Like
Yeah.
mentally for me, I just like, okay, let's go. Like
Hey, makes sense.
I
Well,
can,
the benefits of 15-minute workout today. That's what we'll try to answer.
yeah,
Why do one? And I think you brought up a good point for yourself. If you're doing something hard, then you may need to take a rest. But if you're, let's say you're a beginner, or say you're just coaching somebody,
yeah.
and you're trying to get them to be consistent or do some type of workout, let's talk. What are the benefits overall of a 15-minute workout, and why would someone want to do those?
Well, and you know, but like now, like the research shows, like 15 minutes just to get the health benefits. Period. If you're interested in health and improving your health, your cardiovascular health, your metabolic health, 15 minutes is sufficient, right? And so, just for the health benefits, like 15 minutes is, I think it's great. I think it's also it presents its own challenges too because when you only have 15 minutes, you got to make sure that you have a plan, right? So that you can get in there and be as efficient as possible. But yeah, so for the health benefits, for sure, like you are able to get like strength gains, cardiovascular gains if you're doing a HIIT style training.
Let's go back. HIT style training.
Yeah.
Before we move on, why mention HIT style training? What is that, and why mention
Well,
it?
HIIT style training, so high intensity interval training,
Okay.
and I mention that because I feel like that's probably the most efficient use of time because you're little rest, and nice big compound movements usually, and you get the heart rate up pretty fast, which is what you want, and it just makes for a more effective use of time, I
Okay.
believe. Yeah.
Do you use HIT style training yourself in your
Yeah.
workouts sometimes?
Yes.
Okay. What
Yeah.
what would make you prompt? What would prompt you to put a HIT style workout in your for your day? I guess.
Well, like I love to so like when I have different goals for different workouts,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so if I'm going in, I just want to do a strength based workout and I want to get stronger. I'm not really concerned with how many calories I'm burning. I'm focused on that. But like I'm in mid 40s here, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Absolutely.
like the amount of calories that I burn on a weekly basis, I do want to make sure that like 2 or 3 of my workouts every week are some big calorie burn days. And so for me, I've noticed that the sooner I get my heart rate up and consistently up in the workout, the better calorie burn workout I'm gonna have. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Okay.
If I kind of like take my time and just kind of build up, I might not burn as much. But if I can get safely, like
Mm-hmm.
get that heart rate up as fast as possible. So a lot of times I'll put that hit like warm up
Okay.
at the very beginning. Like I'll go in, like, even if it's something not, it doesn't have to be a hit, but something that I know is gonna get my heart rate up. Say I'll go and I'll do like today. I
Mm-hmm.
did 10 minutes on the ski erg.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Heart rate's gonna get up to
Okay.
one
10 minutes straight.
10 minutes straight.
10 minutes straight.
10
I mean,
minutes straight.
ski
Yeah.
is gonna get your heart rate up.
Yeah, it gets your heart rate up, and so and you feel it like the first 2 minutes, and we were
Right.
talking about it,
Yeah.
and we were like, man, that first 2 minutes, you're like, oh, I got forever to go on this
Mm-hmm.
thing, but like once you settle in, like get your breathing down, and that, like a couple minutes go by, time keeps on ticking. Now all of a sudden, like you're halfway through, and then you just have a few minutes left, and it's really not as bad, especially once you learn how to breathe on that thing. But it's super effective. Like 10
Right.
minutes on there, and you got like 120 calories burnt. You know what I mean? And so I think for me, like to have an effective calorie burning workout, like we're looking at least 100 to 125 calories every 10 minutes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So ski erg one. Let's say you have a gym, but someone's on the ski erg, or you don't have access to a ski erg.
Yeah.
You mentioned hit style training.
Yeah.
Basically anything that has an interval. So I guess fartlek will be in there too.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Where you run for a certain time.
Yeah.
Walk and then run a
Yeah.
certain time.
Yeah.
What other things are you thinking about to get that heart rate up, or to get that 15 minutes before you have to go back to work, or during lunch period?
Yeah, big compound movements.
Okay.
So squats, lunges. If you have a dumbbell, like dumbbell snatches, where you're squatting down, touch the ground with your dumbbell, come stand up, full hip extension, come all the way up with it, switch hand. Like those big movements require a lot of circulation, requires a heart rate to get up, and so I'm a fan of and they're not like, I mean, they're hard in a sense, but it's not like you don't need like super heavy weight to get the effectiveness of it.
Right, and so the compound movements basically 2 joints moving in
Yeah.
one exercise.
Yeah.
And I have a confession. I actually had to do a 15-minute workout today.
Okay.
I thought I had more time.
Yeah.
It drastically changed my plan, and my motivation was kind of shot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I had planned to go and do my long run today
Yeah, that's
on the treadmill,
that's a
and
tough
my
pill.
time got crunched.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to
So
swallow.
I had to do a home workout, basically.
Yeah.
And I actually end up doing compound movements only. I did only 2 compound movements.
What were they?
I did one, the squat thrust, basically.
Yeah.
And kind of imitating the wall balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did 100.
Yeah.
It took me a while
Yes.
because I used 60s, so the 30s on each hand.
Okay,
Which
yeah.
was probably a little bit more than I probably should have used because I didn't need to. After
Right.
I got through about 10,
Yeah.
I noticed I probably should have grabbed the 20.
How many were you doing at a time? You're doing.
I did 10 at a time.
10 at a
time. My plan was to do 25 at a
Yeah.
time, but I got to 10 and I said, you know what? I'm going to keep powering through this, but I want to do 10, stop, 10, and stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after that, I ended up doing a version of burpee. So
Yeah.
walkout burpees, basically.
Yeah.
And I felt like a work. It felt like a workout at 15 minutes.
Those are 2 big movements, and so probably in between 150 to 200 calories.
I'm sure. I mean, my heart rate definitely was at 100 very early on in the squat thrust. I want to say maybe around 20.
Yeah.
My heart rate got to 110, 115, and then it stayed at 120.
So from a health perspective, like very good. From a fitness perspective, maybe you didn't get done what you wanted to today.
Right.
But still a good day to maintain. You know what I mean? And so I think there's definitely a lot of benefit to that.
Absolutely.
It's hard.
Oh, it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard when you have in your mind like,
Right.
oh, I'm gonna run 7-8 miles, and it's like,
Yes.
what?
But it's the other way too. If I wasn't this 7 or 8 mile person and I'm like just trying to get off the couch or maybe just starting, I've been doing nothing or coming off of cruises.
Yeah.
I had a guy come to me the other day. He said, he was rubbing his stomach. He was like, Dr. J, I just came off a cruise. I got to get my life right.
Yeah.
Right. So going from not doing anything to 15 minutes sometimes is
because that's almost everybody's obstacle is time, right? Because if you're not used to having something in your routine to think about having to implement a training regimen, the first thing you got to think about is time. Like, time, I got to get there, I got to get that. So if we reduce that to 15 minutes, if we reduce that to where you don't need a gym, you can do it where you are. 15 minutes, like those obstacles are down, and that's very easy for people to do. You're going to get health benefits, and you're going to be able to start to get this habit formation down, right?
Absolutely.
And so that's another benefit to it, is that habit formation. And so it's like, okay, I can find this 15 minutes in my day every day. And then I believe like a lot of people, when you do that, you are going to find that you have more time than you think, right? It's like you're going to get, it's like, you know what, I have like more times than not, you're gonna have more than 15 minutes in your day. But because you've done the work and like you've made this 15 minutes a priority, now you realize that. Like otherwise you wouldn't have realized it. You know what I'm saying? If you always just let that time be an obstacle to you. give it 15 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's originally why we started the program, Fit in 15,
Mm-hmm.
is to say, you have 15 minutes somewhere in your day,
Yeah.
right, that you can actually utilize to make yourself healthier, to be a better person than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
And we still have, the 21-day challenges on the website. I think this is time to make a new one,
Yeah.
new 21-day
Yeah.
challenge,
Yeah.
and go 15 minutes and maybe extend it out to 30 for people that are really wanting to push it extra. Call
Yeah.
it maybe, Fit 15
Yeah.
point, 2.0 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think you're right in the sense of the consistency part of that 15 minutes is maybe sometimes more valuable than the actually work that you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
absolutely.
it's an important point.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think the other benefit to that also is just this is great. Everything has to go right, but 15 minutes a day can support fat loss. You know what I mean? And you getting to your goals, your fitness goals, your nutrition has to be on point, right? But also, hydration, sleep, and things like that. But I mean, I think even that matters too. Like going into the workout, you know what I mean? Like how you feel going into a workout, like today, like your motivation was shot because you lost your time, and that's tough as well. But you were probably prepared for a good workout because you were hydrated to have a long workout. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
true.
were fit to have a good workout because a lot of people, I think that's where a lot of people fall short too, is by thinking the start of their journey is getting to the gym and working out when it's not. It shouldn't be the case. The start of your journey is like something that you have control over every day, and it's your nutrition, it's your sleep habits, and things like that. And so when you put the gym first as the beginning, then you show up without changing those habits, and that workout is what is perceivably is more hard than it should. You know what I'm saying? But if you flip it around, you change those habits first to where you're eating healthy, you're staying hydrated, you're getting to sleep at a good time. That experience of working out isn't like it's the opposite. Like you feel good because you're fueled properly, you're rested. You know what I'm saying? And so that experience can be totally done. You know what I mean? So if you go in and you've been eating junk over the holidays, or like the guy off the cruise, you know what I mean?
Right.
Start working out right away. God, this is why I hate this.
Right.
It confirms why they haven't been doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important to address those habits first.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's a confirmation bias that probably wouldn't be there if you started your day the night before where you're saying, I'm going to get good sleep first.
Yeah.
Wake up, take that moment of, mindfulness in the morning without touching my phone, and then go from there, eat something healthy for breakfast, knowing that I have a workout coming up.
Yeah.
Get some fuel in, get my mind right, get my hydration going, and then go into it. There was one thing you said, going all the way back to those skiers, that I thought that was, it brought up a important reminder. I was watching this new show, I forget the name of it. It's some special forces show that has like, it looks like basically disgraced TV personalities or athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I noticed Eva from America's Next Top Model was on there.
Okay.
Johnny Manziel's on there. Jesse Smollett's on there.
Okay.
So it's some interesting characters. A guy from like Sister Wives is on there. But it's an interesting thing. And not to shill the show, but there's one thing that the guy from the Special Forces said. He said, and I forget which episode because I only watched half of one, but he said, if your mind says you can do it, you can. If your mind says you can't do it, you can't.
Right. Yeah.
And something just clicked when he said that, and I was just like, you know what, you're right. He's like, the body's gonna follow. You can be exhausted.
Yeah.
And I remember this from. Doing the high rocks, and maybe even all the way back from, in basketball. We used to be competitive in basketball.
Yeah.
If your mind says you can do it, you can.
It changes like how you move.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's a big part. That's a good point. I like that. I have to find that show.
No, it's a very interesting show. I really like the part that I watched. I said I was going to record it and keep watching it just for those tidbits. Not necessarily to watch like what happened. I'm kind of curious about what happened to Johnny Manziel, but more curious about what they tell their recruits and what they tell their people to get them to keep going when they're standing there and saying, they're shaking their head. Maybe just like someone who's starting out working, like shaking their head, like, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. Like
Right.
my body says I can't do this.
Yeah.
No, technically, your body's not saying anything. Your
Right,
body's
yeah.
just following your
You
mind.
were saying, you're saying it and your body's following it. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, I do have those conversations with some of my clients. It's like, hey, like, relax. Like, I can see it. You know what I mean? Like, your body language changes and all this stuff. And a lot of times, too, like, if they come in and they're like, hey, like, I didn't sleep at all last night. I haven't. But I was like, I had to show up. I was like, so this, and I'm like, bruh, like, go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
Think about
it's like,
that.
yo, man, like this is gonna be miserable. You
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah.
slept. I mean, it's like the stakes aren't that high.
Psyching yourself
To
out.
where, you already like you're coming in and you're gonna suck through this and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, man, you need rest. You need to get hydrated and let's reschedule. You know, it's like,
And that's